Let's stop pretending. You want to succeed. You want to be great. You say you're ready. But deep down, where no one can see it, there's a fear that's strangling you. And the scary part? It's not fear of failure. It's not fear of success. It's something worse. Something sneaky. Something that masks itself as logic, caution, or even humility. It's the fear of being seen. Yes, that. The fear of being fully visible. Exposed, judged, mocked, misunderstood. You say you're waiting for the right time, the perfect plan, the green light. But that's a lie you've mastered so well you believe it. Because the truth? You're terrified that if you finally put yourself out there, if you speak up, show up, or shine, you'll be seen for real. And that is your deepest panic. Let me hit you with a hard question. What if the version of you that you're hiding is the only one the world actually needs? What if your carefully curated version, the polished, filtered, edited version, is the exact thing keeping people from connecting with you? Take a second. Really think about that. Let's go practical. You want to start a business, but you keep tweaking the logo, redoing the website, rewriting the bio for the 10th time. Why? Because launching means people will see it. And that means they'll see you. And what if you're not good enough? You want to post that video, your opinions, your ideas, your face, but somehow you always say, I'll do it tomorrow. You tell yourself it's about lighting or sound, but deep down, you're afraid someone from high school will see it and laugh. Or worse, ignore it completely, like you don't exist. Now let me really shake you. Think about the last time you almost did something big. Almost pitched yourself. Almost applied. Almost reached out. Almost said what you actually think. You didn't back out because it was risky. You backed out because it made you vulnerable. And vulnerability, real raw visibility, is your hidden fear. It's not laziness. It's not lack of time. It's not even perfectionism. It's self-protection in disguise. Ever heard of imposter syndrome? It's not just a buzzword. It's a symptom of this exact fear. You think, who am I to talk about this? Why would anyone listen to me? But flip that. Why shouldn't they listen? Why wouldn't you be enough? Here's the kicker. Most of the people you admire, the creators, the leaders, the icons, they felt the same fear. The difference? They moved through it. Publicly, messily, loudly. Now let's take it deeper. This fear doesn't show up just in your goals. It shows up in your relationships too. You hold back from loving fully because being seen means being hurt. You act smaller in rooms full of people because being authentic means risking rejection. You say I'm fine when you're drowning because what if they see the real you and walk away? The truth is, the fear of being seen has a twin. The fear of being left. So you hide. And the life you could be living, you never even start it. Real life example. There's a woman named Rachel. Brilliant artist, mind-blowing talent. She had hundreds of pieces that nobody ever saw. Why? Because the moment she thought about sharing her work, she felt like she was standing naked in front of a crowd. Every voice in her head screamed, "You're not a real artist. They're going to laugh. What if nobody cares?" So she hid it for years. Then one day she posted one. Just one. And that post? It changed her life. Not because it went viral, but because she broke the cycle. And that's the real breakthrough. When you stop waiting to be unafraid and start acting in spite of fear. Let's be real. Fear isn't the enemy. Silence is. Self-rejection is. Because the longer you stay hidden, the more powerful the fear becomes. It feeds on your inaction. It grows every time you say, "Not yet." It thrives when you let your dreams rot behind your excuses. But here's the secret no one told you. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel brave. You just need to move while the fear is still loud. Because once you do, you learn something shocking. You're stronger than the fear. Let's talk about why this fear exists in the first place. You weren't born afraid to be seen. Watch any child, they dance badly, sing off-key, wear ridiculous outfits, and demand attention like they deserve it. Because they believe they do. So what happened? You were taught to be afraid. Somewhere along the line, someone laughed when you spoke, mocked you when you tried, punished you for standing out, dismissed you when you shared something raw, told you, in words or in silence, that being fully you wasn't safe. That's how it starts. 1,000 tiny emotional paper cuts that taught your nervous system to associate visibility with pain, to associate authenticity with danger. So you adapted. You shrank. You blended in. You became the easy version of yourself, non-threatening, quiet, acceptable. And the world praised you for it. Called you humble, easygoing, nice. But deep down, you resented it, because you knew that wasn't the full version of you. Let's go even further. There's a reason this fear is so hard to spot. It's cunning. It doesn't show up as panic. It shows up as being realistic. It doesn't scream. It whispers. Don't post that. It's cringy. Don't speak up. You'll embarrass yourself. Don't try that. They'll think you're desperate. It convinces you that your mediocrity is noble. That playing small is wise. That self-sabotage is maturity. But the wildest part? Most people live their entire lives like this, and never know it. They never know that they weren't just unlucky or not cut out for more. They were just afraid of being exposed, of being misunderstood, of being visible and not immediately validated. Here's where it gets really practical. Think about that one thing you've been procrastinating. The video idea, the bold conversation, the business plan, the honest post, the move to a new place, the love you didn't express. Now ask yourself, is it really a logistical delay, or is it the fear that if you're truly seen, warts and all, people will confirm your worst fear, that you're not enough? But here's the truth bomb. You will never outrun that fear by hiding. You only disarm it by facing it, loudly, publicly, imperfectly. Let me tell you something that will either terrify you or set you free. Some people will not like the real you. That's a fact. You will be judged. You will be misunderstood. You will be ignored by some. You will trigger others simply by existing out loud. But guess what? Those are not your people. And right now, by staying hidden, you're keeping the right people, your audience, your tribe, your clients, your partners, from ever finding you. They can't see you because, well, you won't let them. Visibility is how alignment happens. And when you refuse to be seen, you reject the possibility of being chosen. Here's something most people don't tell you. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after you survive visibility. You gain it after you speak and don't die. After you post and realize no one's laughing. After you launch and realize, wait, I'm still standing. You can't think your way into boldness. You have to bleed your way into it. Bit by bit, action by action. That's the only way it works. So, ask yourself this now, and don't look away. What is your fear costing you? Not in theory, in reality. What friendships didn't happen? What income didn't arrive? What talent went unseen? What healing didn't begin? What dreams turned to dust? All because you were waiting to feel safe before showing up. But safety isn't the soil for greatness. Visibility is. And real growth? It happens in the discomfort, in the risk, in the rawness of letting people see you before you feel ready. Let's peel it all the way back then, to the level most people never reach, the layer most motivational talks skip, because it's uncomfortable, because it's dangerous. But you're here now, so let's go there. At the root of the fear of being seen is the fear of being known, not admired, not followed, not praised. Known. Known in your flaws. Known in your failures. Known in your contradictions, your fears, your weirdness, your truth. Because if they know you, they might leave. If they know you, they might not love you. If they know you and walk away, then what? Then maybe you were never lovable in the first place, right? That's the core lie. The fear isn't just about being seen. It's about being seen and rejected. That's what you're really trying to dodge. So instead, you reject yourself first. You ghost your own dreams. You filter out your voice before anyone else can. That way, you stay safe. Safe from rejection. Safe from failure. Safe from heartbreak. But also safe from purpose. Safe from joy. Safe from real connection. You've built a padded, muted, numb little world where everything is technically okay, but nothing is alive. Want proof? Look at how you sabotage your own progress. You delay the launch. You keep reworking the content. You tell yourself you're not ready yet. You downplay your wins. You play modest even when you have every reason to be proud. It's not because you're humble. It's because part of you believes success makes you a target. Because standing out makes you a problem. You've been conditioned to believe that when you take up space, something bad happens. So your brain makes safety deals behind your back. Don't stand out, you won't be attacked. Don't be bold, you won't be criticized. Don't try too hard, you won't be disappointed. It sounds protective, but it's poison. It kills your destiny softly, silently. Now listen carefully. Stand out, you won't be attacked. Don't be bold, you won't be criticized. Don't try too hard, you won't be disappointed. It sounds protective, but it's poison. It kills your destiny softly, silently. Now listen carefully to this. Every time you mute your truth, someone else misses their permission slip. Someone out there needs to see you be real. Needs to see you fail and keep going. Needs to see you ugly cry and still show up the next day. Needs to see you with your messy process, your half-baked ideas, your vulnerable voice. Why? Because when you are visible, they become possible. Your courage is the blueprint someone else is looking for. But when you hide, you don't just rob yourself. You rob them too. This goes beyond your brand, beyond your business, beyond the camera, the stage, the feed, the platform. This is your life we're talking about. Are you really going to let your entire future be dictated by a voice in your head that isn't even yours? That voice, the one saying, don't be too much. Don't risk being judged. Stay small. It's an echo of a parent, a teacher, a bully, a moment, a memory. But not you, not now. You're older, smarter, stronger. You've survived every version of yourself that thought they couldn't. So the fear? It's outdated. It's ancient code. It's time to uninstall it. Because here's the truth beneath all truths. The most dangerous thing you can do now is keep hiding. Because one day you'll look back, not with regret over what didn't work, but over what you never had the guts to try. And the fear that once felt so big, it'll feel stupidly small in hindsight. Like a shadow that only looked scary because you never turned on the light. Well, guess what? You're the light. You've always been. Good. Because this is the part that nobody expects. The final twist is this. The fear isn't holding you back. You are. The fear is doing its job. It's ancient, biological, protective, predictable. Its only purpose is to keep you alive, not fulfilled. But you're the one listening to it. You're the one giving it the mic. You're the one building a life around it. You don't need to get rid of the fear. You need to stop obeying it. You need to stop treating fear like a stop sign, when it's actually just a signal that you've reached an edge, a signal that you're about to grow, a signal that you're stepping into something real. That sensation in your chest, that lump in your throat, that voice that says, "What if I fail?" That's not a red light. That's a green light with fireworks, because that's where the juice is. That's where the transformation begins. That's where you begin. Let me reframe everything for you right now. The version of you that you keep hiding, the one that's rough, raw, unfiltered, still figuring things out, that version, that's the most magnetic, most human, most powerful part of you. The polished version might get applause, but the real version will change lives. People don't connect with perfect. They connect with truth, with courage, with someone brave enough to show their scars instead of hiding them. And when you finally do that, when you stop trying to be impressive and start being honest, that's when the fear loses its grip. Because now you're not playing the game it wants. You're not chasing approval. You're chasing alignment. So here's the gut-punching truth. If you wait to feel fearless before you act, you will wait forever. But if you learn to act while afraid, with shaky hands, with a pounding heart, with doubt still whispering, that's when you become unshakable. Not because you silenced the fear, but because you refuse to be silenced by it. And that's where most people stop. But not you, because there's still one decision left to make. Do you go back to hiding? Or do you finally step into the light, fear and all? Take a breath. We're about to flip the switch. Then let's begin the activation. No more waiting. No more overthinking. No more telling yourself you need one more course, one more pep talk, one more perfect moment. Today, you build a new contract with yourself. Right here, right now. The activation contract. Read it, then feel it, then live it. 1. I will no longer betray myself to be accepted by others. If it costs me my authenticity, it's too expensive. I will not shrink to fit into rooms that were never built for me. My truth is not a liability, it's my leverage. 2. I will do it scared. Fear is no longer my enemy. It's just evidence that I'm touching the edge of something meaningful. I will take messy, imperfect, heart-racing action anyway. 3. I will stop apologizing for existing. I am not too much. I am not enough. I am exactly who I was meant to be before the world told me to tone it down. 4. I will be seen. Not the filtered, polished, reheated version of me. Me. Awkward, brilliant, flawed, bold. Because my visibility gives someone else permission to live. 5. I will lose some people and I will be okay. If honesty costs me company, I never had community. My people will find me, but only if I'm findable. And that means being visible. 6. I will stop negotiating with fear. I don't need its permission. I don't need its approval. I don't need it to go away. I just need to move anyway. Now take a moment. Feel what's rising in your chest. That electric pull forward, that tension, that fire. That's not anxiety. That's activation. It's your soul waking up from sedation. It's your higher self stepping forward, brushing off the dust, saying, "It's my turn now." So let's make it practical. Because this can't just be a hype session. It has to become a habit. Right now, pick one thing. Just one. That post you've been holding back. That idea you keep telling yourself isn't ready. That call you've been avoiding. That truth you've been swallowing for years. Pick it, name it, do it today. Not perfectly, not polished. Just publicly, send the email, publish the post, start the thing. Let the fear come. Let the doubt scream. But move anyway. Because from this moment forward, your new mantra is, fear can ride, but it doesn't get to drive. And if your voice shakes, let it shake. If your hands tremble, let them. Because courage was never about being fearless. It was about moving anyway. Because what you're building matters more than staying comfortable. Let them see you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them talk. But most of all, let them watch. Because now you're becoming unignorable. Now you're becoming you. And that is unstoppable. Then let's write the rise not as a metaphor, but as a movement. Because now that the fear has been exposed, now that the mask has cracked, now that you've remembered who you really are, there's no going back. This is the rise. Not the highlight reel. Not the triumphant soundtrack moment. Not the Instagrammable before and after. This is the middle. The awkward. The sweaty. The boring. The real. This is where transformation actually happens. The rise isn't about overnight success. It's about daily defiance. Tiny rebellions against the old you. Every time you hit publish instead of delete. Every time you speak, even when your voice shakes. Every time you say yes to something that scares you, and no to something that shrinks you. Every time you wake up and refuse to ghost your potential for one more day. That's the rise. And don't be fooled. The fear doesn't disappear. It just gets louder as you get closer to who you really are. But here's the secret. Fear gets loudest at the door of breakthrough. Because it knows what's on the other side. Freedom. Not freedom from judgment. Freedom from caring so damn much about it. Not freedom from failure. Freedom from letting failure define your identity. Not freedom from discomfort. Freedom from mistaking comfort for a meaningful life. The rise is ugly. It's not always sexy. You'll cry, you'll shake, you'll think about quitting a lot. But each time you keep going, each time you show up again, you are rewriting your nervous system. You are unlearning the lie that silence keeps you safe. You are becoming visible to the people who were meant to find you. And more than that, you are becoming visible to yourself. Let's make it brutally real for a second. There are people less talented than you, less wise than you, less ready than you, living the life you want. Not because they're better, but because they went. They acted while they were insecure. They launched when it was unfinished. They spoke when it was unpopular. They were seen before they were perfect. And that made all the difference. So stop asking for permission from people who don't even understand your calling. Stop explaining your vision to people who've never seen one of their own. Stop waiting for someone to come and tell you it's your time. Because no one's coming. And that's good news. Because it means you don't have to wait anymore. You are the permission. You are the validation. You are the breakthrough. The rise begins when you realize no one is coming to rescue you. Because you were always the rescuer. You're not the audience anymore. You're the main character. You're the builder. You're the voice, the light, the example. You are the proof that fear doesn't win unless we hand it the crown. So here's how we end this. We don't. Because this isn't a conclusion. This is a beginning. Not a hype moment, but a holy one. A line in the sand between your old story and your next chapter. So when you close this, don't scroll. Don't save for later. Don't get lost in the next motivational thing. Do one thing. Small, messy, public. Then another. Then another. Then another. And soon, the fear that once ruled you, it'll be nothing more than background noise to your destiny. Because now, the hidden fear is no longer hidden. It's powerless. And you? You're rising. Let them watch. You're just getting started. Perfect. Let's craft your first move. Here's how we'll do it. This one thing will be 3 things at once. Visible. Others can see it. Vulnerable. It costs you a little courage. Volitional. It's you choosing it, not pressure, not perfection. Step 1. Pick your arena. Where will you show up today? Instagram? LinkedIn? TikTok? YouTube? WhatsApp story? A live session? An email blast? That one message you've avoided sending? Pick one. Don't overthink. Trust your gut. Got it? Good. Step 2. Choose your truth. What's the thing you've been wanting to say but haven't? Here are some examples to stir your clarity. I've been hiding behind perfectionism, and here's what it's cost me. Here's something I've been scared to admit publicly. I've decided to stop waiting. Here's the first step I'm taking. No more playing small. This is who I really am and what I really want. I've been building in silence, but it's time you saw the real me. I'm not an expert. I'm a becoming, and I'm letting you see the process. Now fill in your own version. Just one clear message. Raw, honest, unfiltered. I can help you craft the exact post if you'd like. Just tell me your platform and the truth you're ready to say. Step 3. End with power. Don't ask for applause. Don't soften it with disclaimers. End with a declaration, a decision, or an invitation. Like, I'm done hiding. This is day 1. You'll see me now. Let's build in public. Let them talk. I'm doing the work. I dare you to do the same. Listen, most people will scroll past this. They'll nod. Maybe even feel inspired for a second. And then they'll go right back to waiting. But not you. Not this time. Because something inside you is louder now. Not the fear. Not the doubt. But the part of you that's done pretending you don't feel called to more. So, I'm saying this loud enough to wake the buried version of you up. Start, move, speak, build, rise. Not because it's easy, but because it's time. You don't need more time. You need a decision. And if you don't know how to begin, let this be the first brick. One post, one voice, one imperfect action. And then, we go. I'm not just talking. I'm doing it. And I want to see you in the comments, in the videos, in the stories. Not clapping from the sidelines, but standing in the fire with me. So, if you're with me, drop a fire in the comments, not for hype, for accountability. Let's make this the day your fear lost and your future won. I've started. Now it's your turn. Let them watch.